You finished the project 2 days early. You didn't cut corners. You didn't rush. You just did it efficiently, like a competent adult. And now you're sitting at your desk watching that little Slack notification pop up from your boss. Great work on the Henderson Report. Since you're ahead of schedule, can you also handle the Martinez account? This is your reward for excellence. More work, no raise, no promotion. Just the privilege of doing someone else's job because you had the audacity to be good at yours. Welcome to the corporate punishment system disguised as opportunity. Monday morning, 9:17 a.m. You're in the zone. The Henderson Report that everyone said would take 3 weeks, you cracked it in 9 days. Clean data, perfect formatting, executive summary that actually summarizes instead of just being 3 more pages of jargon. You hit send on the email to your boss, Linda, and you feel that rare dopamine hit of accomplishment. You lean back in your chair. Maybe you'll use this buffer time to finally organize your desktop folders. Maybe you'll actually take a real lunch break instead of eating sad desk yogurt while answering emails. Maybe you'll leave at 5 p.m. like a normal person instead of 7:30 p.m. like usual. The possibilities feel endless. You're ahead of schedule. You're winning at adulting. You're crushing it. Your phone buzzes. Text from Linda. Conference room, 10 minutes. That's never good. Conference rooms are where dreams go to die and workloads go to multiply. But you're optimistic. Naive, really. You think maybe it's praise, recognition. Perhaps they've finally realized that you've been doing the work of 2 people and they're going to acknowledge that with, I don't know, money, a title change, a Starbucks gift card. You walk into the conference room. Linda is there with that smile, the one that looks friendly but carries the energy of a tiger sizing up a gazelle. Great work on Henderson. Really impressive turnaround time. Here it comes. The praise, the recognition, So since you're clearly on top of things, I'm reassigning the Martinez account to you. Jenkins is overwhelmed, and you seem to have capacity. Capacity. That word. Like you're a storage unit instead of a human with finite hours in a day. You opened your mouth to say something. Maybe no. Maybe, what about my current workload? Maybe just a primal scream, but what came out was, sure, happy to go. Happy to help. You're not happy. You're not helping. You're being voluntold because you made the fatal mistake of being competent. Back at your desk, you open the Martinez files. It's a disaster. It's not needs a little cleanup disaster. It's Jenkins apparently hasn't touched this in 6 weeks disaster. You're now archaeologically excavating someone else's neglect because you had the audacity to finish your own work on time. Your coworker Dave rolls his chair over. Dave, who takes 2-hour lunches. Dave, who has submitted exactly 3 reports this quarter while you've submitted 11. Dave, who somehow never gets opportunities for additional projects. Heard you got Martinez. That sucks, man. You want to ask him why Linda didn't give it to him. He's clearly got capacity. He's got so much capacity, he spent 45 minutes this morning explaining his fantasy football draft strategy to the intern. But you know why? Because Dave has mastered the art of strategic mediocrity. He does just enough to not get fired, but never enough to get noticed. He's invisible. You're visible. Visibility is a trap. Your calendar pings. 3 new meetings, all Martinez related, all scheduled during your lunch hour. Of course, because when you're good at your job, your reward is the slow erosion of any boundary between work and existence. You text your friend Rachel. Just got assigned another project because I finished my actual project on time. She responds immediately, stop being good at things. She's joking, mostly, but there's truth in there that makes your eye twitch. Email from Linda. Also, Can you train the new hire on our reporting system? You're the best at it. Best at it. Translation, only person who actually knows how to do it because everyone else half-asses it and you've been compensating for years. The new hire is Connor. Connor has a degree from a prestigious university and the confidence of someone who's never been wrong about anything. He's 23. He calls you dude. Your training session is scheduled for 4 p.m. today because apparently your afternoon was just too calm and productive. You look at your task list. It's growing, metastasizing. Henderson follow-up, Martinez deep dive, Martinez client call, Martinez budget review, train Connor. Your own actual assigned projects that nobody's remembered exist, that thing called sleep that you used to do. Your phone buzzes. Your mom. Can you help me set up my new printer this weekend? Because being good at your job somehow means you're also the family IT department. Your competence has no boundaries. It bleeds into every area of your life until being good at things becomes your entire personality and you forget what hobbies feel like. 4 p.m. arrives. Connor shows up to the training session 15 minutes late with Starbucks. Not for you, just for him. A venti something or other with modifications that probably took longer to order than his attention span will last for this training. You start explaining the reporting system. Connor's nodding, but his eyes have that glazed quality of someone who's physically present but mentally designing their weekend brunch Instagram caption. So basically, I just ask you when I need to do it. No, that's not the point. The point is that you're teaching him so you don't have to do it for him. But you can see the future. Connor will forget how to do it. He'll send you Slack messages with quick question that are actually, do this for me. And you'll do it. Because saying no feels impossible when you've built your entire professional identity on being the person who can. Meanwhile, your actual inbox has exploded. Martinez client wants a call tomorrow. Your calendar is full. You look at the gaps. 7 a.m. before work starts, or 6 p.m. after work ends. Those aren't work hours. Those are your hours. But they're also the only hours available, and God forbid you tell a client, I'm not available because I'm living my life. You schedule the call at 7 a.m. You hate yourself a little bit. Dave rolls by again. Heading out. See you tomorrow. It's 4:47 p.m. He's leaving early. He does this every day. He'll get the same year-end rating as you. Meets expectations. You both will get a 2% raise. The difference is he's going to happy hour, and you're going to stay until 8 p.m. unfucking the Martinez account. Your desk phone rings. It's Linda. Quick question. Can you cover the Johnson presentation Thursday? Sarah's out sick. Sarah is not sick. Sarah's at her friend's wedding in Austin. You know because you saw the Instagram story. But Sarah has mastered the art of strategic unavailability.
You say yes. Of course you say yes. Because you're good at presentations. Because you're reliable. Because somewhere along the line, reliable became a curse word and you didn't notice. Thursday arrives. You're doing Sarah's presentation. You stayed up until 1 a.m. the night before fixing her slides because they were, shockingly, a mess. Your 7 a.m. Martinez call went long. Connor slacked you 4 times with questions you literally answered in the training. Your actual job, the one you were hired for, is collecting dust in a folder labeled, When I Have Time, which should really be labeled, Never. The Johnson presentation is at 2 p.m. You're in the conference room. The client is there. Linda's there. Your VP is there. High stakes, high visibility. You're running on 4 hours of sleep and spite. You nail it, obviously, because you're good at this. The client loves it. They're nodding, taking notes. They want to expand the contract. Your VP is smiling that smile that means you just made the company money, which means you just made yourself more valuable, which means you just made yourself more exploitable. Fantastic work, Linda says after the client leaves. I knew I could count on you. Count on you. That phrase. It sounds like trust, but feels like a trap. You're the person they count on because you've never given them reason not to. You've never failed. You've never said no. You've never set a boundary that you didn't immediately apologize for and then dissolve. Your phone has 17 notifications. 6 are Slack messages from Connor. 4 are emails about Martinez. 3 are meeting invites for projects you didn't know existed until this moment. 1 is your mom asking if you fixed her printer yet. 1 is your therapist's office reminding you that you've rescheduled 3 appointments in a row. You sit at your desk. It's 6:34 p.m. Everyone else is gone. The office is that special kind of quiet that feels peaceful, but is actually just sad. You look at your task list. You've completed 9 things today. 12 new things have appeared. You're moving backwards. You're running a race where the finish line gets further away the faster you run. Your computer dings. Email from Linda. Amazing job today. Since you handled Johnson so well, I'd like you to take over the Winston account too. Let's chat tomorrow. Friday morning. You're back at your desk. Coffee number 3 is happening and it's only 10 a.m. Your task list is now 2 pages. You've become the organizational equivalent of a junk drawer. People just keep shoving things into you because you've demonstrated the capacity to hold infinite chaos. Dave walks by eating a breakfast burrito. He looks rested, relaxed, unburdened by competence. How's it going? Busy, you say, which is the world's most meaningless word. Busy means nothing. Busy means everything. Busy is the shield you hold up so people don't realize you're drowning. Yeah, I feel that, Dave says. He does not feel that. Dave's biggest challenge this week was deciding between regular or spicy mayo for his sandwich. Your phone buzzes. Text from Rachel. Drinks tonight? You look at your calendar. You have work until at least 7 p.m. You have the Martinez presentation to finish. You have Connor's follow-up questions to answer because he's learned that you're faster than Google. You have that thing called a life that you keep promising yourself you'll get back to. You type, can't, swamped. You're always swamped. Being swamped is your brand now. You're the person who can't make plans because you're too busy being good at your job, which earned you more job, which made you busier, which made you better at your job, which earned you more job. It's a snake eating its own tail, except the snake is your work-life balance and the tail is any semblance of personal time. Monday will come. There will be new projects, new opportunities, new chances to demonstrate that you're capable, reliable, excellent. And each time, you'll say yes, because saying no feels like admitting defeat, like proving you weren't as good as they thought, like confirming that you can't handle it, even though it has become the workload of 4 people somehow condensed into your 40-hour week that's actually 60 hours, but your salary, so who's counting? Your reward for being good at your job is more job. That's the price. That's the system. Welcome to corporate America, where excellence is punished with additional responsibility and mediocrity is rewarded with reasonable working hours. If this strange routine felt uncomfortably familiar, congrats. You're probably good at your job, which means you're probably miserable. Subscribe for more corporate horror stories disguised as comedy. And if you want to see what other workplace nightmares await, check out our video on why every meeting could have been an email. Spoiler, it's because your boss doesn't respect your time, but we make it funny.